Good morning guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be recording a lesson with a new pupil. His name's Zai. I met up with him for the first time last week. We did move off and stop last week, so completely different weather conditions today. He's a nice lad. He got it fairly quickly in terms of putting together the move off and stop. So today will be interesting. I'll see you in a little bit when I meet up with Zai. You alright then?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Still alright to record the lesson? Still up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's alright.
Cool. What we'll do, we'll have a drive to site and we'll have a quick catch up on the way and figure out a plan for today. Is that alright? Yeah?
That's alright.
Anything you want to go over that you've been thinking about in the week? Or?
No, not really.
Good. And have you got the terms and conditions that I give you and did I give you some sheets to fill out?
Oh yeah, but I had to bring them back, didn't I? I forgot to get them done.
Oh, okay.
I gave them to my dad, but like he just kind of took them and put them on the side. I thought he was going to read them, but he didn't.
Put them in a safe place. Good. What you been up to? You been working, or I know you said you was between jobs, weren't you, at the minute?
Yeah. No, I've been just been around. I've just been around town, been skating with a few friends.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Talking about Roller World, when we went, I bought some blades. You know, like the stunt blades.
Which what?
They're not like the.
Not hockey skates.
You know, the ones with the grinding blocks on and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because that's the
They're
type.
aggressive.
That's it. They're the type I used to wear when I was a kid. Before I used to go skating.
Yeah.
They weren't really right for Roller World though.
No. they're really meant for outdoor.
Yeah. So I bought them and I sold them. I wore them once and sold them. Where did we leave off with you in terms of where you left off with the moving off and stopping? Because you hadn't done it before, had you?
No.
That was the first time you'd...
Well, I had done it, but unofficially.
Where would you say you were at in terms of...
I reckon I could do it now.
Yeah.
But I'd still need a lot of practice to get it, you know, natural.
Okay. Because what I was thinking was we could do a recap here. We could move off and pull in. See how that goes, and we could consider adding in a turn.
Yeah.
You see where that red car's coming out from?
Yeah.
We could consider adding that turn in. How is this street different to the street that we used last week?
Well, there's no lorry in the way. How's it different? I swear it's a different mile per hour, maybe. I don't know.
It's still the same. It's still a 30 road. We probably won't get up to 30.
Hopefully.
It's not quite as wide, is it?
Yeah. That's why I kind of thought. That's why it's something to do with like the amount of wideness that determines the speed limit. That's why I kind of guessed that it's a lower speed limit.
Well, generally it's 30 in a residential area, unless it states otherwise. And if there's regular street lights, where if you look down the street, particularly up in the air, you see them at regular intervals, some a set meterage apart.
Yeah.
All right. So really, it's the other thing to note is that we have got curbs on the left today.
Oh yeah. There wasn't curbs on the other one.
No, which were quite good for starting off. But today,
Gotta be careful.
Yeah. So when you're steering left, what was the issue last week? Just not an issue, but
yeah, I kept steering into the curb because I could have checked my mirrors because my mirrors would have helped me see where it was, but I wasn't doing that. Yeah, it was kind of hard dictating where the curb was because I was on the right side and the curbs were on the left.
So today then, if I need to up the instruction, if you're not quite steering in time, let's say you've started steering left and you put a bit of left on just to come in alongside the curb, and just to know, just to make sure you're aware, anything up to a drain's width from the curb is going to be okay.
Oh, okay.
You know, something like that. We don't really want more than that on a road like this because it's not that wide.
It'll get in the way.
It could do, and we could stop at dustbin day today.
Yeah.
We could stop them from coming past. So it'd be left on 10 minutes, left off 20 minutes, and then straight in. Good stuff. I can see you're already on it. Oh, so what are you looking for with that left knee then?
So it doesn't, so that I don't have to stretch too far.
Yeah.
Well, so it's fair. There you go. And I sort this out. This one's the. that the right one? For the seat?
For the backrest.
I can't remember.
How is that left foot, by the way? The left knee. What part of the foot are you pressing down on the pedal with?
Balls of your feet.
That's it. And is the ball connecting with the middle part of the pedal? That's it. So think if you look at your toes there when you press the pedal down, they're kind of on the black bar behind it. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really important to get these little finer details right at first. Particularly today, your feet are a bit wet, aren't they?
Yeah.
So if they're not positioned correctly on the feet, what could happen?
You'd slip.
Could slip.
And I'll stall the car if it comes up.
Yeah. Alright, so just pop that down with the ball of your left foot again, and let's see if we need to move that pedal back. Seat back, sorry. That looks fine, actually. Just good to double check, be absolutely sure. Yeah. I'm just going to chuck your phone probably on that back seat if we can.
That's right.
Because I don't know if any coffee spilt out of there. I don't want it in your speaker or on your phone or whatever. Alright, so you was on about the back rake. Is that comfortable for you there?
Need it up a little bit, though. Did you say it's a lever at the side?
Are you on about the height or the support?
The support.
Yeah, it's in the back corner of that of your side, the back right corner. That's it. Right. Oh, that's the lever.
Oh wait, this one. Yeah.
That's it.
That's better.
Yeah.
That's already on the right side.
Okay.
10%.
That's it. You got it.
Hang on.
Do you remember what you need to do to power those? Keys are there.
Oh yeah.
Good man.
I wasn't sure if it would work, because sometimes the cars work without.
It has got a little memory. It only lasts about a minute after you take the key out of the ignition. So you're right. It does. I think that guy's lost his gears, do you? He's giving it some in first gear, isn't he? Bloody hell. Good. So you told me 10% bodywork. And what about that door handle? Are you seeing that in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Bit of chasing status.
Yeah, that seems alright.
Seems like you're on it, really. Testing your head restraint, back's done, seat pedal, door mirror's done. Just tell me about this one. What do you need to see out of this one?
Wasn't it? You need to be able to see. I can't remember what you had to see specifically. I can't remember what it was.
It's just framing the back window, just so that you can maximise your view out that back.
Yeah.
Are you not seeing too much roof or?
Nah, I positioned it so I can see just right. Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Like slightly.
All right.
There you go.
Okay. Good stuff. And one more thing to go before we do get driving. Probably the most obvious one.
Seatbelts.
Yeah. Just remind me the difference between this mirror and these two door mirrors and the way it displays things. Not where it shows, but the way it displays things.
This displays stuff directly down your right side.
Yeah.
Displays stuff directly down your left side, but there's a couple of blind spots.
Yeah.
Right here.
That's it.
On both sides.
Yeah.
And this one just shows you straight back behind you.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the way it shows things, this one.
Oh yeah, that's convexed.
Fantastic.
And that's just straight up. That's why that seems further away than that one.
Good man. Right. Today's weather then. We touched on it a little bit. It's a bit different to last week.
Yeah, because last week was dry, so perfect conditions really.
Yeah, really nice.
And warm.
Yeah, it was quite a nice one. So we're going to need to be using. The wipers are relevant today, aren't they? So we're going to need to be using those. So, any ideas where they are? That's it. You've got it. So if you want to press that up just gently. And that's on speed 2 at the moment. So if you press it down 1, now that should be every so often now, Si.
It's because I can't tell because it's taking its time, isn't it?
Yeah, so every so often. So if you press it up once more, say like keep going, but at a reasonably low pace, and press it up once more. So if it starts hammering it down today, we might need that.
Yeah.
Okay, so just so you know, don't want to be flustering when we're on the move or whatnot.
Yeah. On 1.
Pardon?
Should I leave it on one or two?
Leave it on, yeah, on that one for now, I reckon.
Mm.
And then if we need to adjust it, we will. Lights then. The lights they are actually on, and when you turn the engine on, it'll come on. You see on that stick there,
Yeah.
it's on the third setting.
Mm-hmm.
2 green, when you do turn, in fact, do you want to turn the engine on now? You see the 2 green icons that have come on the
Yeah.
display there,
Mhm.
so that means you've got dipped headlights. Why would you want lights on, do you think, on a day like today?
I don't actually know the reason why, but I guess it's just to make driving, making it obvious to other cars that you're there.
Exactly
Obvious.
that. Look at the colour of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like white or grey. Look at the colour of that car. In the distance, sometimes, particularly when there's mist coming up off cars, you can easily not see.
I understand in mist and fog, heavy fog, yeah. Wait, is that the same light or is it a different light, dipped headlights? Because you have fog lights too.
If visibility is less than 100 metres, so you can't see within 100 metres in front, you'd put fog lights on.
So you would hardly be able to see that car?
Exactly.
Or wouldn't be able to see?
Well, if that car was within 100 metres, and you couldn't see what's within 100 metres, you'd put them on. If you put them on before then, you're likely to dazzle others because it's quite bright.
Oh yeah.
So it's like the 100 metre thing is basically reminding people don't put them on willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Because it could cause problems. The rear.
They're very bright. Yeah.
Yeah, the rear ones can mask the brake lights as well because they're the same colour. So yeah. The other reason is so that we reflect off things.
Oh.
So you know when we're off, because there's all the water on the road shiny, isn't it? You know when we're on junctions and bends and things.
Yeah.
People are going to see us coming before they actually see us, and vice versa. So it's useful for everybody. All right.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why. We may need demisters today. Any ideas where the demisters are?
No.
They're all on these controls here. That's your front.
Oh, demisters, as in like, yeah, you they heat up your thing and get rid of condensation.
Exactly that. Yeah. So that's your front, the one that's shaped like the front.
I didn't realise I had an official name. I knew what it was, but I didn't know how to like an official name.
And that's your rear. Okay. So if we need to use those, we will. Anyway, onto the driving. So last week, what gears did we get to?
2.
Gear 2. And was you changing that by yourself in the end? The gears?
I think I did it once correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, at the end.
All right.
I think I got it right at the end.
What would you say was the main thing that you was trying to overcome last week?
That was the clutch. Because like I kind of had this habit of just letting go of the clutch. Like when I was changing gear specifically, like I held the clutch down, changed the gear, but then as I was still holding the revs down, the gas, and I let go of the clutch and it stalled the car. So I just forgot to keep the clutch down.
During the gear change, you say?
Until I was supposed to hold my clutch down, let go of the gas, let the revs go down, and then
that's it.
Let go, because it was during that stage where you know how kind of like bite point, you slowly let go of it.
Yeah.
I was at that stage, but I still had my foot on the gas when I was doing that.
So today, when your left foot goes down, what's your right foot going to do?
Go up.
Yeah, so opposite.
Yeah.
Do you want me to any reminders on that, just to start off with, or do you feel like that's something that you're well aware of?
I think it's something I got down, but I might forget, but hopefully I won't. I'm going to keep it in mind though, so I don't.
Okay.
So I shouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think what we'll do to start off with is we'll stay in first gear because we've not got much space. And then we'll discuss whether we're going to do that turn or whether we're going to turn it round, and potentially we could do second gear coming this way then, because we've got more of a run.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you to pull in on the left before the junction. Can you see the junction down there? Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just literally seeing if you can remember to move off and pull back in, which you were doing by yourself, weren't you, last week?
I think I did it, like once correctly. The second time afterwards, I kind of stalled, but that was like I said, when I forgot to take the foot off the pedal.
What happened to the car then? Why did it actually stall? Do you remember?
Yeah, it stalled because I was still putting power through, but obviously the clutch being held down was limiting that. Yeah. And then when I let go of the clutch, it just kind of, like you said, it just releases all the power I had in it, and it kind of forced the car forward too fast, so that's why it stalled.
Got you. You painted a good picture there. Clutch plates are just ripped apart then, basically.
Yeah.
I think in that respect. Okay. Right. So why would you like to? Let's set a little goal. Where would you like to see yourself by the end of today's session, Zai?
What we did last session, but with no mistakes. See if I can get it down.
Okay.
Like, see if I can get the good habits going without.
All right. If you're unsure of anything on the move, just let me know as soon as you can. Okay. Do you want instruction with moving off and pulling it in on the left? Any help?
I think when I'm pulling in, I might need a little bit, but I think getting going, I think I'd be all right.
Alrighty then, Zai. Happy?
Mhm.
Over to you. Drive on when you're ready.
No. Person there. Alright. Let's go. Watch down.
Good stuff. So using your palming technique as well.
There we go.
Good.
Right.
Okay. Anybody going to need a signal today?
Nope.
What about this chap?
No? Would it?
Yeah, as you release your handbrake, just pop your signal on. That's it, handbrake all the way off. Up on the right indicator. It doesn't matter now. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's just if he checks your shoulder, he could cross. It's unlikely though, because it's just crap. So you're coming off that clutch completely. Awesome. And then could you pull in on the left, please? Somewhere near the next set of wheelie bins.
Alright, so what I did was, do I put the clutch down first?
At such low speed, yes.
Okay. Put the clutch down.
Steering. Start bringing the clutch back up to bite.
Wait.
Keep bringing it up. Freeze it there. Steer right quite a lot.
Oh, yeah,
more, and straighten. Clutch down. And cover the brake, ready to hold us so we don't roll back. Squeeze.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Right.
Oh,
Ooh. I'm supposed to put the gear on.
that's it.
There you go. Forgot to do the gear there.
No worries. What else are you going to pop on so you can come off your foot brake with confidence? You've got it. And relax your feet. All right.
Like I said, keep forgetting the clutch.
I could have reminded you really as well.
I think I know the gist of it, but I'm a bit Sorry, I know certain things about it, but then certain things I forget about with the clutch. So like I know some parts of it, some parts of it. Like I learned last time from the stalling, but I forgot to I forgot that I need to hold it down and change back to neutral before I take my foot off it. Forgot about that. Because otherwise it'll keep trying to move forward.
Yeah. That's it. And because it's not actually moving, it'll just stall. That's its way of dealing with something it can't do.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was
I didn't
pretty
properly stall though. Nearly did though.
Yeah, we won't call it a proper stall.
It was like a half stall. So it was like.
So that was really good. One thing that does that make sense about the signal? So we're looking for anybody that could benefit from an indication.
Yeah.
From information. He's unlikely to cross there and he's got that grass bank, but there could be a walkway or a cut through over the field or whatnot with his dog. Yeah. Who knows? Moving in, do you remember which two mirrors you'd check before moving in on the left? To pull over.
Well, the left mirror.
That's it. Which one first? That's it. So what does this show us?
Check there's no cars behind us first.
Because we're going to slow down a bit, aren't we, as well?
If there was a car, I should have signalled.
Yeah. And then after that, like you say, the left.
Yeah, I guess that's just judgment on people and where the curb is.
Exactly. It'll also show you if there's any cyclists already at the side, kind of catching up as you're slowing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will help you with the curb as well. Remember though, with the curb, it'll only show you from the back end of the car. It'll only show you from there backwards. So your front end's important that you don't point it too much. So really pleased with your steering then, that you got that on. Because that was quite an improvement from last week. Much more thorough with getting it on, you know.
I think it's because like I was trying to be too gentle with it last time. Now I'm like, move.
Yeah. You've got to take ownership of it and make it do what you want it to do, really. But please do. All right, so I think that was about it, really. In terms of the feedback, pleased with your feet at the end when I said clutch down, it went down. You even got the biting edge forward. Do you know why it stopped rolling forwards when you put the clutch down initially? Do you know why that happened?
No.
Because we're going uphill, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
And you said if you put the clutch down, it'll just lose momentum. Is that what you said? Just
yeah, it will.
what was it last week?
If you put the clutch down, it's gonna just. Oh, I can't remember what I said.
There's no drive, is there? No power going through.
The clutch lets the power go through. If I push it down, it doesn't. Sorry, it resists it. It's like I said, it was like a resistor.
If you've got momentum rolling up the hill,
Yeah.
and there's no more power coming through, eventually you're gonna
Roll back.
start to roll back.
If there's not enough, yeah.
You found your bike just in time and was steady enough with your left foot to hold it and then edge forward again.
Yeah, I know. I noticed like it started to lower down. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
Yeah.
And what you'd normally do, you'd set a bit of revs again.
Hmm.
So that was different. That was like you finding the bike on the move, rather than when you moved off initially, where you've got the handbrake on, you've got all the time in the world to set your feet.
That's
up.
why I kind of held my clutch down a little bit longer than did the other way, because I was like, have I still got it?
Yeah.
And then you said let go of it, and I was like, okay. I was just holding it because I didn't want to, I didn't want to roll back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've always got the brake, but I'd rather keep it moving.
Yeah. Okay, so really good there.
Just got to remember neutral when I'm stopping first.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Handbrake, neutral, then relax both feet.
Yeah. Handbrake first, then neutral.
Preferably, because then if you stall,
At least it won't.
what will it do if it stalls?
What with the handbrake on?
Without the handbrake?
It'll go flying forward.
It'll try to, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably jolt forward a couple of times, or it depends how it happens, but yeah. Next thing then is moving off again. You've got a couple of options here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to start adding in, because this, I wouldn't say you're struggling with this, I'd say it's going really well, but it's how you want to play it. Do you want to do a turn and start doing some turns and adding that into the driving?
Might as well try.
Yeah?
Yeah, no harm in not trying.
I think it's appropriate for you. It's an appropriate area.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be doing it with masses of speed. It's fairly quiet as well and fairly wide. A few parked cars dotted around, but we've got more space, so it should be okay. So let's talk a little bit about junctions. What are junctions?
Where the road turns off,
Yeah.
basically.
It turns into another street, doesn't it?
Or, well, it's usually you have two options in a junction.
And what's that?
Two or more options.
Yeah.
Either left, right forward, whatever. It's basically, usually you have, you can either go straight on or left or right or whatever.
That's it. We go straight on if there's crossroads or if we've got a driveway opposite, on left or right. So there's two, so we can emerge out from. If you got to the end there, you'd emerge out, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
But what we're going to start with today is turning in. Does that make sense?
Alright.
So we're just going to stay on our own side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to enter a new road. It's a different street name. To do that, you've got to identify it. So if I said to you, take the next road on the left, that would be the next road on the left, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be that one.
How would you identify that from afar? Because if you don't identify it early enough, you'd probably be too quick. You won't have things done in time. What clues are you looking for on approach, do you think?
Well, the curb, for one.
What about it?
Where it's not there.
Exactly, good one, yeah.
I guess there'll be street signs too.
Could be.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
They'd be. I don't know, probably something to do with. Maybe because there's regular intervals with the lamps. Maybe there's a gap.
There will be a gap. Do you know what? There isn't on this one in front of us, but most of the time there's a lamppost opposite.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think there's one opposite normally?
Is it for an indicator that there's a corner?
Well, there is if you know it's there and look for it.
Yeah.
But it's generally, I believe, to light up the junction.
Oh yeah.
So, also you got the paint, haven't you, on the floor, the white paint.
Oh yeah.
So looking for the white paint. So
But
you see, go on.
I think you'd see the curb before. I'd see the curb before like I hardly noticed that until you pointed it out. The curb's easier to see.
Yeah. And sometimes the paint isn't there, so it's good to go for things that are always there, which is the gap in the in the curb.
Well,
unless you're driving over the pavement,
Yeah.
and we got it terribly wrong. Okay. So we're generally going to use second gear to turn into a junction, and first gear to emerge out from a junction.
Oh, so like first gear to, if we was heading out of there,
Yes.
but second gear to turn into it. Okay.
Generally speaking.
Well, what's the difference, really? The slight difference.
A slight difference. What happens is when you get to the end of these junctions here.
Oh,
go on.
wait. If you're turning into it, then you don't really need any reason to go fast where you're turning into it. Whereas if you're coming out and there's cars, you might need to give way for someone. Someone goes through, and someone sees you, slows down to let you go. So you need to pull out fast. Is that why you're on first gear?
Kind of, right. The reason we need first gear is because we need to give way. So the lines on the floor, there's a singular line where we're going to turn into, but the give way bit where you emerge out from, there's a double broken line, a give way line. So we give way to any traffic, but we need to see the traffic first. When you get to most junctions, you can't see till you get right at the line. So if you're already in third gear, second gear, you ain't going to stop in time for one, or you ain't going to have enough time for look to have a good look. What type of things could we miss that's harder to spot at junctions? What type of road users could we miss if we're too quick or we're not looking properly?
Motorcyclists. Bicycle,
definitely.
Bike riders,
definitely, especially if they're in plain clothing, and so we definitely need to be slowing them. And what about parked cars and stuff? Do they sometimes block the view when you get to the end of a road?
Yeah.
So it's things like that. So when we're in first gear, we can then edge forward in little stages and keep having a look. Every little bit we edge, we have another look.
Can I if I'm waiting at a at a junction to pull out, would I be able to hold the clutch down slightly at bike point while I'm waiting and hold my foot there? Would that work?
On the brake?
Yeah. And then when you see that it's okay to go, would you then let go of the brake and then?
You're on the right path there, apart from the brake. You'd use the brake to slow the car and stop the car if needed to stop. And then what you'd do is you'd pivot to the gas. You'd set the gas, you'd find the bite as we've.
Oh, so you just hold the clutch down fully?
If it's a flat surface you can, but you're better to be at the holding bite point.
Ah.
Do you know, have we talked about the holding bite point before?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was where the car's just slightly edged forward. Slightly. Is that the regular bite point, or is that?
That's more of a driving bite point. If the tyres start to move, that means you've just come upwards a millimetre on the clutch from the holding.
Oh.
So you'd press it down a millimetre to make it hold still. But it wouldn't roll backwards, you see. That's why it's important to be at holding. Because if you was on an incline, you wouldn't roll backwards if it was holding, but you wouldn't necessarily surge forward into the road until you're ready.
Oh, okay, so holding bite point would kind of roll back a little bit. No, not holding bite point. Driving bite point, when you go off, that would kind of roll back a little bit, so I need to come up a little bit. Just so that there's enough power to hold it in place.
The holding bite point would hold it still, and that's about midway when you lift from the floor.
Yeah.
But if you lift up any more, you'll find driving bite point.
Ah. Okay.
Driving bite point, you wouldn't roll back either. It's a better connection, but because it's better, it makes the wheels move.
Oh, so you'd still be edging forward, kind of.
And you might not want to.
Yeah.
Because it might not be safe to.
Yeah.
So what you'd do is, if you are moving Zai, you just put the clutch down. Did we do it last week where I told you to put it down a bit and you killed the drive off? Just little bits. And so that's all you'd do. So you'd be holding it still ready to go and just looking whether you can go right and left.
The clutch is kind of a bit like the gas a little bit, in the sense that you lift up to go rather than pushing down to go. Because with the gas you push that down to get more power, whereas with the clutch you kind of let go to get more power. So I guess if I think of it that way, it'd be easier to realise what I'm doing with it. If I tell myself that, then I know not to just let go, because if I let go, then it would be it's just a way to get in my head. Because if I let go, that would be flooring it, and you're not supposed to do that. So
yeah, all the power would go straight into the drive. It would try and go quick. It would either stall or go really quick. So yeah, release
Hopefully,
it. Release.
I'd rather it stall than go really quick.
Yes. Yeah. So far we've gone over identifying junctions. So we've got open and closed junctions. A closed junction is where you can't see, and 99% of T-junctions like this one, when you come to emerge out, you're not going to see till you get there.
Oh yeah.
You've got the pavement gap, look, and until you get level with the pavement, you ain't going to see right and left, so we need to be slow enough. So that's a closed junction. An open junction is where we can see on the way in. So when your front bonnet is level with that lamppost, for example,
yeah,
you're going to be able to see round that bend, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's why we use second gear to turn in usually. Alright. We leave the clutch up as well, because if you put the clutch down it'll roll, and if it's uphill what'll eventually happen?
We roll back
You'll
down.
roll back. Or if it's downhill you'll roll and you'll pick up speed.
Yeah.
Which you don't want to do. You'll freewheel. Alright, so that's pretty much what you need to know. We're also going to be using, we're probably going to use first gear for the first one. I know we said we normally use second, but that's if we're in second. Not going to race to get to second gear here, it'd be silly. So just use first gear to turn in. And then we're going to come to our first T-junction to emerge. It's only a short street, this one, that we're going to turn into here. Are you familiar with the area, by the way?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm familiar with the area slightly below this, but not here.
Yeah, okay, no worries, just wondering. It's not a problem either. The system we're going to be using is mirror, signal, position, speed and look. Alright, so if we turn in left, we're going to check centre and left mirror, what's behind us, how close, do we need to give an earlier signal?
Yeah.
And what's at the side, for the same reasons as we're doing before, cyclists and that. We're going to signal at about 6 car lengths from the junction, roughly.
What kind of... Oh wait, do you mean when we're emerging? Or?
Both, yeah, both, for both,
So
it's the same system.
Technically now we should be signalling.
Yeah, as soon as we get going we'll pop that signal on.
Alright.
Yeah. I'll go through the system with you, I don't expect you to remember it, so I will give you some help on you know, as we get into this. So
What
mirrors...
did you say about the, sorry, you know, the indicator?
That's fine.
Because, like, wasn't it just to flick it back up rather than putting it back up?
Yeah,
Or
well,
was that the gear stick you said that about?
probably the
both.
indicator.
Yeah.
On this car, right, you want to be ever so gentle when you put it on, because if you do this, you see it's gone the other one now.
Yeah.
You see, you just want to be real. You see how it flicks itself? That's how you want to operate it, so it bounces.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than putting it, but it has to flash 3 times as a minimum. Do you remember? I don't know if we went over that last lesson. It has to do it.
Why?
I don't know. So if I do this, not by accident.
Why?
Yeah. So MSPSL mirrors, signal, position, speed and look. All right. So I think we've been talking quite some time now. So I think I'm going to do this on the move with you. Yeah, the MSPSL routine. When we're looking at the end, we want to get right to the lines when we emerge. So this isn't the emerge, but the next one will be. We want to get right to the lines, position round with the curb, bit of left steer, and then we want to be looking both ways. Yeah, we want to be proper deciding. But while we're looking, we're setting the feet up. First of all, we're going to deal with this, just moving off from here and turning in left. All right. So when you're ready, if you want to get yourself set up. To move off again in the same way as before.
So, ignition. Do I need to do the ignition again? Yeah, the engine's not on for some reason. I don't remember turning it off.
Do you know what it is? It's that eco start again.
Oh,
no, it's not. It stalled.
Did it?
Didn't it?
No, it didn't stall properly.
Pop your clutch down. When it's done the eco thing, it says eco at the bottom.
Yeah.
You didn't bounce off the clutch, you come off just enough so it's a soft, subtle stall. I think you thought you didn't, but you did. Alright.
It was like, oh, it's okay. No, it's just
It doesn't matter. It don't matter anyway, it's all part of the learning. So,
Yeah.
as long as you're not going to bounce forward, you're not in gear or anything,
No.
then we'll start the engine. Because that can happen after a stall. You forget that you're in the gear because the engine's off and it goes silent. Alright. Now, can you press that big blade a couple of times for me? Press it once more.
For OCD.
Just for OCD purposes. Now, do you see the arrow pointing up?
Yeah.
That's allocating the air to come out of this vent. It's going to get rid of this condensation for us.
Oh, wait.
That's quick clear. It'll do it much quicker.
There we go.
I think we need to increase the speed of the wipers one as well, do you?
Sure. Wait.
That's it. Alright, if you press that button again, they'll turn that off, and now it'll just go back to what we set it as before, just to regulate it now. Hopefully it won't build up again. Sorry for all the talking, but it's early days, isn't it? And there's a lot of new information to
Why
get
is it going
across.
back down? Wait, I'm confused. I don't know why it's going back down.
Press the...
Oh yeah, that's to go back down.
You've got it.
So I don't know why.
Pop it, let's put it on one blade, if you can. Just because otherwise it distorts the engine noise, and hopefully that's enough to just stop it from building up again. Alright, Zai, so when you're ready, we're going to prepare to move off in the same way as we did before, and then as soon as you move off, I'll be guiding you with what to do for the left turn. Is that alright?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And I'll be giving you full instruction, so just wait for it, and then we'll go through it together, and we'll be taking the next road on the left. What do you reckon about that pedestrian?
Signal, as usual. But...
Okay.
There's a car coming.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna wait.
Wait for that?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Alright.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, so just update those ops.
Come on.
Checking your centre mirror, your right mirror, and your right blind spot, and your right shoulder. Over the shoulder. Awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. Really nice steady feet there. Easing up gently now off the clutch. Nice and gentle. And that's it. Right, now don't accelerate. Check your centre and left mirrors, Zai, and pop a left signal on for this left turn. See the curb peeling off, Zai? Pop it on a left steer on. That's it. Great. Awesome. Keep us with that curb. See the junction at the end? Yeah, you're going to turn left there, so ease off the gas side. Check your centre and your left mirror, and your left one. Signal left. Steer round, signal left. Steer round with this curve. Cover the brake, start to brake, and clutch down, please. Steer with the curve, braking at the same time. Swapping the hands. Pause there, stop. Good, not too bad. Not too bad. You see that little gap there with the curb?
Yeah.
We'll try and get with that next time. A little bit more, so this car behind us could turn right. Do you see? You're sort of prohibiting its space a little bit. Early days though, so don't worry too much. Right then, we're at the lines, would you agree? Just reconfirm that left signal. That's it, leave it flashing. Now, looking to the right, what can you see?
Nothing.
Can you see to the end of the road? Down?
A little bit.
Yeah? And to the left, what can you see? Can you see enough to make a decision? Because
yeah, there's a bus.
Okay. So we're going to wait for the bus to pass, because what would that red car do to the bus and us? And if we moved out, where's the bus going to go?
On the other side of the road. But the car's in the way.
So it's got to cross our path, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that
So that's how you know how to give way.
Yeah, so we give way to anything on this road, full stop. No matter what side of the road it's on, alright?
Is there a give way sign? Or are you just supposed to know?
These give way lines. Double broken give way lines, yeah?
Oh, okay.
So we give way to traffic on this road.
Because sometimes there's a sign that says give way, but I guess sometimes you just do it on the road.
Yeah, sometimes got an upside down triangle. Anyway, so nothing behind us at the moment to turn left. So, we want you to get your hands ready for steering. The bus is going to move out slightly, isn't it? So we'll wait for that to pass. It's going to come past that silver Mercedes over there. Looking right and left while you're waiting. And in a moment, you're going to come off the brake and spring straight round to the gas, pivot across. You're going to set
I'm on the clutch right now.
That's it.
I'm still holding the brake.
So keep your feet where they are. You're going to go straight to the gas and set it. Now you will roll like you did then, but that's okay.
Because you're pulling off.
Because you're going the way you're looking where you're going and you want to go. You're going to steady come up to the bike in the way that you did, but you're going to have your rev set first, alright? So, ready? We're going to look first, so looking right, forward as well. Nobody going to cross. Left, forward, right. Is it still clear? If so, we're going to come off the gas and we're going to go, off the brake into the gas and set the revs.
Right.
Are you ready? Looking right, one last look.
Yeah, there's a few cars.
So, set the revs after this one. Is it still clear left? And to the right, keep that head bobbing right and
Yeah, you
left.
just got to keep checking.
That's it. Keep checking while you're doing with your feet. Looking right, looking left. Starting to come up on that clutch to the bite. Look to the right.
Wow.
Just going to appear out of nowhere, yeah? To the right, to the left. Keep coming up on the clutch. Your revs look lovely there.
I'm going to get dizzy.
No worries. And to the right, and to the left. That's it. Swap the wheel around the hands a bit. That's it. And then another little pull left. Awesome. and then ease off the gas. And
Can I let go of the clutch?
You can do. You're in gear now, aren't you? You're engaged. You can accelerate a little bit more if you want to. Alright, so we're going to check the centre and the right mirror for the new road, remember? Just to get up for an update. And at the end of the road, we're going to turn. Keep coming. That's it, got enough room. Steer left, don't steer right. And we're going to pull in on the left now. Alright, we're going to turn left instead. We're running out of time a little bit there.
Oh.
So check your centre and your left mirror. Centre and your left mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Signal left. Cover the brake, cover the clutch. Steer left. Clutch down and start to gently brake. Brake to a stop. Stop. Got to take action there.
Oops.
Alright. The reason that you've stalled is because you haven't put your clutch down. Alright.
Yeah, I kind of did that accidentally when I didn't help.
So you got to speed your feet up a little bit. Alright. If you're getting close to that junction,
I don't want to go too fast, that's why.
I'm going to take over here because we've got a vehicle behind us, alright? So we just need to go over a few things. Just restart the engine for me. And I just want you to come off the foot brake, and I don't want you to press anything. Just look with me, anything coming down that road?
No.
Okay. Just accelerate for me a little bit. Okay. A little bit more gas. Alright, we're going to pull in just before this blue one here. Right, so before I come off these pedals, what do I need to do? Which one first? Awesome.
And then put the clutch back.
That's it.
So you put the clutch down.
The clutch is down, and that allows you to take it out of first gear.
Yeah.
Alright?
Otherwise I wouldn't be allowed to, would it not then?
Well, because the plates are connected, it's...
Grind.
You would actually force it out.
Oh yeah.
So by pressing the clutch down, it separates that connection and allows you to just do what you will with the gear stick. So it'd be handbrake, neutral, cancel signal, and relax feet.
Was that going the whole time?
Yeah.
No,
only for the when we pulled in.
It did it again.
I signalled for the bus. I think you put a bit too much pressure on, and it did a little bit of the other signal. I don't know. I think it's got in mind of itself.
So if the bus wasn't there, I wouldn't have had to.
Signal? No, there's nothing else around, was there? But it was quite close. I wanted it to give it plenty of warning. We need to go over these passing vehicles.
Yeah.
You know, when we passed that vehicle, and I said, keep going. I said, don't steer right though. Keep straight.
I don't want to bump into the other car because there was a parked car on the road.
That's it. I agree. I just want to show you a little picture here because this is what you should be looking to do. It's part of meeting traffic, and we're going to have to sort of go over meeting traffic fairly soon, but I just want to give you some ideas on what to do with your junctions. When you're passing a vehicle, first of all, it's spotting it. So here's you.
Yep.
Now, what we did was kind of come out a little bit later, like that. So really, you already want to be lined up, because then you can see, you can visualise your straight line through. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
These can visualise their straight line through, and everyone's happy. If you go right up, over, and then move, what would you think that will do to that car that thought we could both full get through it at once? What do you think would happen?
Get stuck.
You're either going to have to slam the brakes on and stop because you've come out wide, or you're going to force them into the pavement.
Yeah. Which isn't bad. Which isn't good. Sorry.
Which wouldn't be great, especially if there's a pedestrian there. With the phone, what do you know about phones and driving?
Not allowed to you're not allowed to use them when you're driving. I think you're allowed to use them when you're stopped. I think you're allowed that.
Yeah.
As long as you're not moving.
That's right. I mean, legally, technically speaking, if the engine's on, you shouldn't have it.
I was just checking.
You know what I mean?
Usually nobody nobody usually messages me on Snapchat unless it's important. That's why I was just checking who it was. I was like,
Fair enough. The best thing to do is probably put it on silent, you know, so it doesn't distract you.
yeah.
Imagine if you come to a junction, you hear that beep.
Yeah.
The first thing is, who's that?
Yeah.
Not, oh, I need to cover the brake. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
though?
yeah.
It could be though, couldn't it?
Yeah, it probably would be to think. Oh, hello. What?
Yeah, it could be that. Try and look around a bit more, you know, when you're driving. So
Yeah.
I noticed with newer drivers, they're quite rigid and quite
It's because
glued, you know, with the obs.
yeah, it's because you're nervous, so you're really
Yeah.
focusing. You're really focusing, but I guess overly focusing ain't gonna help you. So
Exactly that, Si. Yeah. All right. Right then. So let's swap over. Mirrors for new road and second gear. Clutch up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. I'm going to turn right at the end.
Yeah.
So centre and right door mirror, 'cause it's a right turn. Signal. Position. Brake. Clutch. First. Revs. Bite. Holding. If there's anything below that, I draw back. Do you feel that?
yeah,
So it's at the midway point. If I lift up a millimetre, what will happen?
you'll start going forward.
Like that.
Yeah.
So I control it. Just watch how subtle the movements are with the left foot. Yeah.
Tiny.
So looking right, looking left, starting to steer. Watch the hands now.
Properly turning.
That's it. Moving around the wheel.
Like I said, it's just the clutch. I have to remember to do the clutch every time.
Yeah.
Because like if it, if cars were as simple as basically automatic cars, if they're as simple as just braking and gas, like I reckon I'd be able to do it. But it's just the clutch. It's remembering to do the clutch every time.
That's it.
Because like the clutch it has a whole bunch of different functions for different things. You just have to remember when to use it and how to use it.
That's right. It's used in many ways in different situations.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm meeting traffic here. So yes, there's all the ones on that side, but this one really is blocking me from getting through. So I'd have to cross its natural path to come through. So it has priority. Set the revs.
So you just held the clutch down for that.
Yeah. Otherwise I keep going.
Yeah.
Check my centre and my right mirror, and moving out.
Yeah.
Steering on, steering off.
Because the misconception coming from someone who's like only just started their driving lessons, I used to think that literally you just use the clutch for bite and changing the gear. That's like literally, that's what most people think. In fact, some people don't even know what the bite is. They just think it's just they think you just use the clutch at best just to change the gears, and then you just use the gas and the brake.
So just watch the feet here, braking and clutch. First, and just easing off the brake there. It's just the right speed. Set the revs while it's rolling. Bite point there. Looking at that curb. Right, left. Don't want to hit the curb, that's why. And then steering, watch the hands, steering on.
Free movement.
And steering off. And then your centre mirror feed update and you're right. See the junction coming up in the distance, agreed?
Yep.
So I'm going to check what's behind me. There's nothing at the side of me. So when I'm 6 car lengths, I'm going to signal because there's nothing to signal earlier to.
Yeah.
Signal on left, yeah. Off the gas. I'm in third, so I'm going to drop back down to second.
I think I just got to remember that I can let go of the gas, just not the clutch, because like
that's it. You see, watch now though. I'm covering the brake and I'm covering the clutch. So if I come round and she was just moving off, do you see I'm ready to brake, clutch down? And now I might go back and move that foot to the gas.
What would happen if you just brake and don't touch the clutch?
This.
And it'll grind. Oh, that's bad. Because
so
it holds all the power.
It's the car's way of saying I'm gonna stall. If you keep doing this, I'm gonna stall.
Yeah, it's because like it's building. Because if you're just braking, then the wheels are just getting all of that power, but it's got nowhere to go.
So the clutch then is on the floor. First gear. Look right with me. What can you see? Did you see the lights underneath that car?
I saw. Yeah.
You see the benefits?
It's reflective.
Exactly that. Yeah. So you see, something might see us through that park Corsa there, because that's not the best park either, is it, with the door open and that?
No.
So what am I going to do now, Zai, with these feet?
I'm gonna let the clutch go a little bit on you.
Well, if I do that, that'll mean I'll be moving. I'm downhill a bit, so I want to set the revs, roll, looking both ways, finding the bite as I'm doing it, but not keep coming until I've actually looked. I can see down the road now, and then I'm coming back up.
Yeah.
You go. So you've got slight downhill, you've got slight uphill, you've got flat junctions. So kind of.
It's the only way you can tell when your plates are fused. It's the only way you can tell when after a certain time, or can you tell by the way the car drives or the way the engine sounds?
You can tell the way the engine sounds. It'll sound like you're pressing. It'll sound like you're revving. You know, when you move off, it'll sound like you're revving. So you need to come off the clutch to make the revs drive. That's the way that you feel it, and you know, to be honest.
Yeah.
So revs, then bite, holding bite. That is looking. You want a minimum of 2 looks either way, and then steering, and then coming off. So if I hold the clutch there, see how that sounds a bit.
Yeah.
So that's how I know they're fused. So I can just come off then.
Yeah.
So I hope that helped. I hope that's something that you can put into practice. What did you find most useful?
We'll see. The clutch, as always. I mean, I think I just clutch and signalling. I think I'm alright on if I actually just do it. But like, the clutch is like my main problem with all this. That's it. It's getting on my nerves.
Let's see what we can. Let's see what we can do about it then. So unfortunately, during the recording of Zai's lesson, the SD card had an error. So we've got one hour of the lesson and the other hour missing. So I just thought I'd update you guys as to how everything went. So the lesson went really well. Zai was a happy chappy at the end. He achieved his goal, which was to do better than the time before, I believe, and to basically improve his work with the clutch, really, I think it was. He's pulling in by himself at the end without me having to say anything. He's really quite efficient and thorough with it as well. He's actually changing gears much quicker and much more seamlessly as well, first to second. We're doing right turns, we're doing left turns, we're merging out. He's gauging his thickness on his brakes. He's not stopping as abruptly at the junctions. We've talked about meeting situations, and we've done some meeting where we've held back for traffic. And the biggest thing that I thought, what really helped him to bring it together, was when we got to the junctions. He's got all his separate skills all in place. He knows how to put it into first without looking. He knows what to do with his feet. But when he starts looking, he starts thinking about his feet. He starts thinking about the gears. So what I was saying to him in the end was, don't even look at the gear stick. Don't look at your feet. Be looking right and left instead, and do all the things that you already know you need to do to set up. As soon as I said that to him and he started doing it, the whole thing started slotting into place quite nicely. So it's a really interesting place where we left off. He's doing really well, and so I'm really going to look forward to seeing him next week. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Sorry about the failure with the SD card. And don't forget to like, share, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Catch you in the next video.
Aside from my soul.